Good morning, Satsman Army. This is Jason Sellers. It is June 8th, 2026. I am not about to check the block height. I considered doing that for half a second there. Like, no. Best you get is the date. I guess in the price up there. Yeah, this is the first of many short videos where I'm going to do the daily missions. Just the 3 basic ones. Not going to give you the answers for Sat Cipher, and you will get very, very bored with me playing Sat Stack. Oh my goodness. So, yeah. So here's my daily. Well, I will do the daily missions, but the daily routine. That's what I'm looking for. Like I said in my longer video before this, none of this is scripted at all. Hey, look, there I am. All right, so let's do that. Okay, so I just entered 5,000 sats drawing today. I don't think I won recently. Let's check. No, but congratulations to all the people who have won recently. Phone's going slow. Okay. Let's go to the missions. All right. Actually, first, shout out to the ad this week and this past week as well is Bull Bitcoin. Massive fans of them. Yeah, just good company all around. Bitcoin maxis, they know what they're talking about. They're not just into crypto and stuff. They're into the mission. They're into the actual revolution of Bitcoin. So definitely check them out. I strongly endorse Bull Bitcoin. Not a paid promotion or anything, just a fan. All right, let's go to the Sats price discovery. So I said in my longer video, which I highly recommend you go watch, that money's a language. And so the Sats price discovery is a really great way of training your mind to start seeing Bitcoin as a unit of account. So if I tap start, it just gives you a random item here. Actually, it's been a while since I tested this, but right now it says sourdough loaf. If I click the X in the upper right corner there and open up again, okay. I didn't know if it would give me a different random item. But I think it is randomized for everybody. I'm not sure, but it is like a random item from day to day. So, sourdough loaf of bread, if it costs $8, 8 USD, how much would that be in sats? Now, I'll explain this in this first one. In the future, I won't go into all this, but there is this sats calculator here where I could type that in right here, but I don't want to. I'm learning more. Just trying to challenge myself with this. What I always do is like, well, okay, if Bitcoin was worth roughly around $100,000, the 8,300 sats would be most likely the correct answer. But it's not. It's not around there. If it was worth around 50,000, did I say 100,000 sats? $100,000, whatever. But if it was around $50,000, then the 16,000 sats here would be the correct answer. That's not true either. So it's got to be one of the other two. If it was a little higher, up in the 80,000s, I think the 10,900 would be correct. So I'm going to go ahead and guess 12,773 sats. That's also, wow, I only now noticed this. Maybe this is how it is for all of them. All those are like rounded to nearest hundreds, even 1,000 there. This one's very oddly specific. So, boom, there we go. Really cool thing about this, if you guess wrong, it lets you guess again. Maybe 4 times. Yeah, complete mission. Boom, I just got 21 sats just for doing that. And I got 3 reward draw entries in there as well. Now, again, that's because I have, I'm a founder, so I paid for Pro Max. And so if you have the free version, you'll get 1 entry and you get 7 sats for doing that. And you have to wait for the ad. It's not like a video or something. You just see a picture with Bull Bitcoin there. And you wait for a little bar to, a little loading bar to complete. And then you can claim your sats after that. Just want to make sure you're seeing the ad. And that's really good. I mean, hey, it's free. Really nothing in this world is free. There is no such thing as a free lunch. So it works. It makes sense, I think. All right, the Bitcoin fact of the day is a random fact every day. Let's see what this one is. Bitcoin's Taproot upgrade also introduced masked, oh dear, Merkleized alternative script trees. Okay, I am not a very technical person. I am vaguely familiar with Mast. And Taproot, by the way, was an upgrade back in November 2021, is when it was activated on Bitcoin. Fortunately, it was not a very contentious upgrade. With upgrades in Bitcoin, could be a soft fork or a hard fork. Soft fork constrains the rules more, tightens them more, and hard forks expand the rules, and that makes it so that soft forks can still be backwards compatible. At least if someone else is more technically savvy than I am, and if I'm just wrong, please correct me in the comments. But Mast was part of Taproot, which, to my very limited understanding, basically made it so you could create conditions for how your Bitcoin can be spent. It could be spent in this way or spent in that way. Previously, there would be you could have conditions, but the conditions would be listed out, taking up a bunch of room in your transaction on the blockchain, which was terrible for privacy, and terrible for space on the blockchain, which therefore meant it was terrible as far as terrible is too strong, but it was not ideal for the fees you'd have to pay for creating certain requirements about how the Bitcoin could be used. But Mast made it so that you could have pretty much as many requirements as you wanted, but none of them hit the blockchain. It was all kind of embedded in the code there, and you could still use it however you wanted, but someone watching the blockchain, how's this person use their money and stuff, they can't tell. I believe this is what made it so that someone could open up a Lightning channel, basically like a shared wallet between somebody else, so they could move Bitcoin back and forth with each other, and there's like a whole network like that of people doing it, the Lightning network. Make sure you can move Bitcoin on those channels very, very quickly, basically instantly, and for either very little or absolutely no fees. That was a really cool idea. But before Taproot, if someone opened a Lightning channel, you could see it. Everyone could tell that someone out there was opening a Lightning channel with this much Bitcoin in it. If someone uses the Taproot upgrade, though, to open up a Lightning channel, you can't tell. Were they opening up a Lightning channel, or are they just moving the Bitcoin into a multi-signature wallet, basically a wallet that requires multiple, 2, usually 3, or 2 out of 3, usually, keys in order to send the Bitcoin out? Or were they doing something else with it? Basically, it helped with privacy in that way. So it helped with privacy, and with the amount of data being stored on the blockchain, therefore also helped with fees. Okay, anyway, that's all my commentary on that. For the ordinary daily user of Bitcoin, does not need to know this stuff, unless you're really interested. Yeah. But, okay, so what did Taproot introduce alongside Schnorr signatures? Schnorr signatures, was not mentioned up in here. But, yeah, Schnorr signatures, there we go, I can say it. Too early in the morning. You know what? I'm not going to go into all that. But, so Mast script trees. It's really obvious. It's right here. I used to think when I first started doing these daily missions that the fact of the day was kind of pointless. So, it gives you the answer right there, and then has a multiple choice question, multiple answers right there. The answer's right there. It's not even on a previous page. It's right there. So I thought that is kind of dumb. Until I got my wife on Satsman, and I was sitting next to her one time, and it was something really simple, it was blocks come in every 10 minutes or something. I forget what the question was, or something like that. And said, okay, how often do blocks come in? Every 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or an hour? And I looked at her, and I saw the gears turning in her head. She uses Bitcoin, but she's not a Bitcoin geek like me. And I saw right there, they say if you take notes, you're more likely to retain the knowledge. It's the same thing happening. So you see the words written there on the screen here in the fact of the day. You internalize it, and if you just read it and just said, okay, next, that's not you're gonna forget that about 5 seconds later, if that. And you may forget some of these details anyway, but I still saw she was thinking about it. And actually, with that one specific detail, if I recall correctly, it was about the time interval of blocks every 10 minutes. Ever since then, she's mentioned it in ordinary conversations. And I'm like, oh yeah, it'll take us about 20 minutes. Oh, you mean 2 blocks? Yes, sweetie. Yes, about 2 blocks. Excuse me. Again, unedited, unscripted here. But where was it going? Oh yeah, so when someone reads the fact of the day and then answers the question, there is still that kind of there's input and a little bit of output, like through our brains. It goes in the eyes and out through the finger as it taps the answer, and so it's a little bit more likely to stick. All right, I have rambled enough. Let's go on to the orange pill poll and get 21 more sats. Today's orange pill question: should social media pay content creators in sats? Ooh, kind of like on Nostr, you can get zapped. Like on Twitter or X, you can get just get likes and retweets. On Nostr, you can get that, but you can also get zapped. Like if someone really likes your content, they can send you 21 sats, 100 sats, 1,000 sats, depending on how much they like it, depending on how many sats they have, what's it worth to them? Value for value model. So that's really cool. But yeah, so yes is the perfect incentive. It's an interesting experiment. Too complex for mainstream users, or privacy concerns hold it back. I don't think, especially on Nostr, not really privacy concerns, and certainly not with Bitcoin over Lightning. Definitely not too complex. You literally tap the lightning bolt icon and then select the number of sats you want to send. That's it. Like it could not be easier. So, interesting experiment. Yes, perfect. I don't know if it's a perfect incentive. It's a good incentive, but not perfect. So I'm going to go for with interesting experiment. Now, for this mission here for the orange pill question, there is no wrong answer. It's just what you think. So let me know in the comments what you think about this. But I'm going to cast my vote. It's an interesting experiment. Let's see. I am one of 16% of people. Oh, good gracious. 70% of people say yes, it's a perfect incentive. Yeah, I can roll with that. There are some of these orange pill polls that I have have just made me wonder if humanity's going to make it sometimes. But this one's not bad. All right. Don't mean to be judgy, but yeah. All right, so I will wrap up this video, and then I'll go ahead and do SatCipher and SatStack. Let me just, I'll open these up just so you can take a look at them real quick. So SatCipher, if you, actually I'm not sure if this is Pro Max or just for the founders who get a hint right there. Either way, it's worth it to go to Pro Max and Founder, but the little hint button there. And then SatStack, I'll start this game just to show you how it is if you're not familiar. So you swipe in different directions. So I swiped up, and I swipe to the left, and see there's ones covered up each other and turn into twos. If I swipe up again, those two twos are going to cover up each other and turn into a 4. And then the 1 went up there, and then the 1 that's right there in the middle between the 4 and the 1, it appeared. So I'm going to swipe to the left, make that a 2. Uh-oh, I can't swipe up or left, so I'm going to swipe to the right. And everything goes over there. If I swipe up, and then I can swipe to the left again, and you just keep going like this, doubling and doubling and doubling and doubling and doubling and doubling, doubling and doubling. Every single time you swipe, a new tile appears in a random empty spot. Yeah, and I said I wasn't going to play this. I'm going to go ahead and end this game. You can see my best score there and stuff. The highest I've gotten, actually, I've never gotten to 2048. My wife has, but no surprise here. She's a lot smarter than me. But I've gotten to 1024. I usually get to 1024 before the game ends. Okay, also let's take a quick look at my army. Okay, still 43. No one knew that. I'm not going to go too deep into that because I don't want to violate anyone's privacy, anyone in my army. My wallet, still looking like that. That's looking good. I can go down here, actually. And look, there's the 21 sats I just got for all those. So that's pretty cool. All right, well, this video's gone on long enough. Expect future videos like this to be a lot shorter. And I will talk to you all later. Sorry, actually, one last thing. Not yet. See, unscripted. I'm going to the arsenal here. If you want to sign up, go ahead and scan that QR code or type in satsman.com !ref for referral equals geekigai, or you can just sign up and just type in manually geekigai. I guess that's a lot simpler. Yeah, and let me open that back up actually. And all right, I will see you all tomorrow. Later.